Klotz. I'm the interim fire chief with the Tinley Park Fire Department. This video is here to show you what your Tinley Park Fire Department provides for you in services, inspections, and everything else that the Tinley Park Fire Department will provide. Many years ago, the Tinley Park Fire Department was an all-volunteer fire department. Over 100 years of volunteerism. With the expansion of the village, we've now come to a point where all 4 stations started to get staffed back in 2001 to currently 2017 with all 4 stations fully staffed. This video is going to showcase the different divisions within the organization: operations, fleet maintenance, personnel, and training. We would like to show you in this video how much it costs to purchase the fire apparatus, how much it costs to train a firefighter, and how much it costs just to operate the fire department on a daily basis. So please watch the video, and as always, if you have any questions, we're always at the fire department. Give us a call, 444-5200, and we'll get back with any questions you may have. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Assistant Chief Kris Dunn. I'm in charge of the operations division of the fire department. Some of the things my division handles is the types of calls we go on, looking at trends on calls, deciding what kind of apparatus, how many people should go to these calls. Pretty much most of our firefighting comes out of operations, and then the other divisions support that. Training and personnel and maintenance support that. One of the big things that I try to do is cut down on time, the time it takes us to get out of the firehouse, the time it takes us to get our first hose line in place, things like that. So we've come up with stuff like our new alerting system that we put in all our firehouses. Now we're down to about 13 seconds from the time you make a phone call to dispatch to the time we're dispatched, and about a minute after that we're on the road. So those are some of the things that I try to do as the operations chief.
Battalion 201, Engine 201, and Truck 201. Fire service call. 17355 68th Court. Timeout, 1900. Battalion 201, Engine 201, and Truck 201. Fire service call. 17355 68th Court. Timeout, 1900.
Hi, my name is Riordan. I'm Deputy Chief, Tinley Park Fire Department, oversee the Fire Prevention Bureau. Tonight at this information fair, we're going to focus on helping people understand more about what fire prevention does. On a daily basis, we could be involved with inspections, getting involved with public education, even go down and investigating fires. But there's a little bit more to it than that. There's things that go on behind the scenes that when a new building goes up, what's our involvement, how we communicate the codes correctly. When it comes to education, we're in the schools, every third grade school, every third grade class at every school, help them get them to understand about fire education better and help them be ambassadors of fire safety. As far as investigations go, if there is a fire, our goal is to help understand what started it and try to learn from it, just so we can tell people how not for that type of fire to happen again. A lot of things that go on daily in regards to plan review. We look at plans from any type, from a remodel to a brand new building coming into the village. Our goal is to not only make it safe for the individual that's going to go and shop there or live there, but also make sure that it's as fire safe for the firefighters that may be called there to work on an emergency or mitigate an emergency. So there's a lot of things involved that when you think prevention goes a lot more than that. One of our goals of the department is to prevent, and if we can't prevent it, we want to try to mitigate it. So the prevention, proactive, mitigation, try to clean up after something happens. So that's what fire prevention is all about. This year, on May 7th, we'll have our 5th annual 5K. We call it the Run for Life Safety. The benefits go to Illinois Fire Safety Alliance, to their fire prevention and their burn prevention programs, and also to their burn camp, Camp IME. In total, we've raised over $60,000 for them. Last year we had over 700 runners. We're hoping to get more than that this year. So come on out and have some fun. I promise the weather's going to be great.
All right, my name is Reda. I'm the Assistant Chief of Personnel with the Tinley Park Fire Department. I'm responsible for obviously personnel and the day-to-day operations of staffing here as far as scheduling and whatnot. I've been referred to as or I work hand in hand with the HR department of our village to handle matters such as hiring, disciplinary actions, promotional stuff, and the such. I'm also responsible for the scheduling. We schedule for 4 stations, 12-hour shifts, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the entire year.
You need to replace the battery. It does have that. Right. But they pop out easy enough.
Oh wow.
I'm charging it.
It's just like a drill.
They're supposed to be just a little bit heavier than the older models with the hose. But the trade-off is wonderful.
Right.
Even just odd angles to get at if you have that hose.
Yeah.
So it's a lot quicker for one guy to carry both of these out there. You used to have to carry a pump too.
Hi there, my name is Tony Diadam. I'm an engineer with the Tinley Park Fire Department. What I'm going to go over is our rescue boat we have here. It's a boat we purchased in 2014. We replaced a boat that we had for a very, very long time. This was a bidding process that we went through, and this is what we got. Though we don't have Lake Michigan and Tinley Park, we do have a lot of waterways, we have a lot of retention ponds, a lot of different bodies of standing water. And we have actually deployed this on numerous occasions for rescues of people and rescues of animals. Another thing that is another great thing about this department is on all of our engines, we come equipped with an ice rescue suit and a bunch of life vests. Every first responding engine is equipped with this, so we can actually get on the scene, deploy the manpower, get the situation under control until this boat can be deployed. The boat is 24/7 available, 24/7 ready to go.
Hi, I'm Assistant Chief Tom Slepski. I'm in charge of the training division for the Tinley Park Fire Department. Many of you may not know this, but since 1973, Tinley Park has been a certified Office of State Fire Marshal training facility. All of our people go through all the processes. As you can see here, the basics to get into the fire service is 180 hours of training, classroom training, and practicals. There's added on to that probably about another 25 to 30 hours of studying for the new firefighters. One of the biggest things that we have to contend with is Con Ed work in the fire service. Whether you're a chief or you're a firefighter, engineer, whatever it may be, there's a constant amount of training that has to take place every year to keep your skills up. We have a 5-acre training site with a burn building on it. It's a 4-story tower, which allows us to continue to keep our people continually trained in live fires and extrication, if you will. Automobiles are one of our biggest things that we deal with as far as accidents. We're always looking for cars to be able to use that we can cut up and teach our people and keep our skills honed. The burn tower itself is 4 stories tall. It allows us to do these evolutions in there with live burns, live smoke, and it works out very well for us. And many of the other local towns also use it. We share the facility with other towns so their members can also be trained.
All right, my name's Captain Randall. I'm a captain in the Tinley Park Fire Department. Been here for about 17 years. This here is our brush truck. Brush truck is used to fight brush fires in open fields. We have a lot of forest preserves in the area. A lot of times during the year we'll get brush fires, and a lot of times along the tracks and things like that from sparks that come off the railroad. And basically we just have a large souped up Chevy diesel, goes off-road, so we don't have to bring our bigger equipment out there. And we're able to get guys out there in some water to put the fire out, so we don't have to carry things long ways. Gets the guys tired and stuff like that. We have a tank, has some water on it, and a pump on the back, hose reel, delivers the water. We also have smaller lines on the other side that we can stretch off. It can be used while it's moving, so we could drive along and hit larger areas without having to stretch out and walk greater distances. The truck also pulls another smaller brush truck. It's a small gator, and that also has a tank that can roll and pump and spray water at the same time. Can carry 2 people and get into smaller areas where it might be muddier or steeper incline, things like that, that this truck can't get to.
This is a gator brush vehicle that we use for forestry firefighting and field firefighting. We have a lot of field and forestry out southwest, southeast of us along Central Avenue, Ridgeland Avenue, and Flossmoor. This allows us to go a good half a mile, quarter mile into the forestry. We have a 50-gallon water tank on the back of it with a pump that allows us to flow water, get water to remote areas, and save some of the taxing on the firefighters when they're trying to do the extinguishment exercise or extinguishment during our calls out.
Shane Krivanec, I'm here with the Tinley Park Fire Department. Been on the department for about 2.5 years, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about our firefighting gear. Here I got my pants and my boots on the ground here. This is my jacket. Relatively heavy. We keep a lot of gear on it. You know, I got a flashlight, I got some webbing and different tools that I keep in my pockets. And I guess I'll just demonstrate how we put it on. We have to be able to do it quickly, since when we get a call, we're expected to be out of the station in about 1.5 minutes. So start by throwing your boots on. Bring the pants up. Quiet it down. And right here we have our SCBA is what it's called. It stands for self-contained breathing apparatus. It's got the air tank on there. It's got different electronics in here that it's an alarm for if you were to stay still for too long. It lets you know if you have a downed firefighter. It also lets you know how much air you have in the system. These are stored in our rigs, so normally you don't have to worry about whipping it on and getting it tangled like this. So a lot of times you'll put this on when you get to a call or if you're on your way to a call. Tighten it up. And then we're all issued a mask. They're custom fit to each firefighter. We have to test them every year. So, and when I turn it on, it's got a bell that goes off, and then this pass device will go off as well. So that lets you know that the system is on, it's charged. And then this is my regulator, I plug it in, and I'm breathing air. The only thing left I have then is my gloves to put on. So when I'm wearing this SCBA, my estimated time is about 15 minutes. It's an hour or a half-hour rated bottle, but most guys, when you're working, it's only good for about 15 minutes. So that's about it. As far as the year goes, I guess the only other thing is we have electronics on the mask here. This is a little heads-up display. It shows us how much air is left in the system based on a couple different lights, and then this is just it's kind of like a microphone. It's an enunciator is what it's called. So other than that, it's fairly simple. The gear's rated for, I think, 600 degrees, and then the weakest piece is this mask piece. This glass will it'll fail at about 450 degrees. So if it gets any hotter than 450 degrees, we kind of know, and then we have to change our tactics. So that's all I have for you.
My name's Captain Kris Stube. Been on the Tinley Park Fire Department for 18 years. This truck behind me was built in 2013. Carries no water. It's just a straight ladder truck. Ladder goes 100 feet in the air. It's used on primary rescues and structure fire calls.
So the biggest thing you could remember if you're ever in the back here is that we're definitely going to take care of you. You just got to stay calm. And I know you got a peanut allergy, your mom was saying, right?
Tree nuts. Yeah.
Tree nuts?
Yeah.
Severe?
Yeah, pretty severe.
So we got stuff back here that can fix it. We got medications and oxygen and stuff. So you guys want to sit on here for a sec or what? You want to go for a little ride? Come here. Let's go for a ride.
Okay, go sit.
All right. All right. You don't move, okay? I'm going to let you go right up. Are you ready? Boy, it's like a spaceship. Is that scary? So if you're ever on here, trust me, I'm gonna help you out, okay?
My name's Doug Erwin, Assistant Fire Chief with the Tinley Park Fire Department. My division of responsibilities is with the Maintenance Division of the Fire Department. I'm responsible for the apparatus, the equipment, and the buildings within the Fire Department responsibility. I am responsible to make sure that the equipment is operational and ready to go to work, and with everything else in terms of housekeeping, day-to-day operational supplies that are needed by the fire department staff, and the equipment essential to go to work.
All right, my name is Dan Reda. I'm an assistant chief with the Tinley Park Fire Department. This is Battalion 201. This is the command vehicle. The battalion chief on duty runs out of this car. It's set up for, obviously, incidents to be able to run either from the front or the rear. We have two radios here. We have to switch to a fire ground channel and listen to the main. We have a tactical board here to keep track of the companies as they're going through the process of fighting the fire or whatever the incident may be. We're able to store our gear here as well. SCBA, just like on the fire rigs. And basically, this is the command center, the nerve center for to run the operation.
Okay, my name's Captain Ken Roemer. I'm the captain of special operations for the Tinley Park Fire Department. This is one of the many sets of tools that we have for specialized rescues. This is a confined space with a tripod where we can go underground and rescue a victim if there's a victim down in there. This is set up for two people. There's an air line and a lowering line to lower the firefighter down into the hole so that we can get him out. There's a communication line set up so we can talk to him while he's down in there, and he's got supplied air on him, so he's continuously having fresh air while he's down there making rescue. The blue one is set up for the second firefighter, the color coordinated, so we can, as that person goes down, we can go high, faster on red, slower on blue. Until they can get down there, we can package up the patient. We will take one of these lines, hook it up to the victim, and bring the victim out.
SCBA Cascade, what this allows us to do is take our SCBA bottles that we use while we're fighting fires and fill them up here. That way we can top them off. We use them for both firefighting, we use them for airbags or air chisels, any sort of air or pneumatic tools that we might have on a call. So this basically allows us to fill them up here as opposed to sending them out and with the turnover rate and stuff like that, and how often we use them. Everything on this side is all our spare equipment, spare SCBA bottles, packs, masks, and everything like that. Allows us to basically test everything inside the department, and any sort of equipment that needs to get fixed or changed out that might get broken in a call or something like that allows us to fix it here as opposed to, again, sending it out and just incurring more cost.